What's up, my friends? Welcome to another video. I'm Rob Stewart. I'm here to help you get your skin and your overall health back on track. Today's video is an excerpt from one of our live group sessions. And today's topic is based around enemas mostly. Some of our students are having trouble knowing how to do them correctly, and we go deep into the subject and we get lots of feedback from group members. So if you guys would like more information about our step-by-step process of how we help people achieve 100% naturally clear, itch-free, flare-free skin for life, just head down to the description box. It will link you to everything. We also have some free ebooks and free trainings included down there. So make sure to give it a peep. There's no excuses. I'll see you guys on the other side.
Well, while we're on that enema topic,
Yes, sir.
I've done quite a few, I don't know, number of dozens, and I still have a lot of issues retaining it for, the right amount of time or whatever.
Yeah.
And I've tried stopping and starting and making sure it's not too much pressure, and I don't know. But do you have any other super tips for?
Yeah. How long can you hold it in for?
Well, so the time you want to start the time once you have it all in, right?
I mean, it's once there's stuff, once it's in you and it's there, and maybe not the second it enters, but once there's stuff in you, that's pretty. It's starting. The process has started.
I feel like it takes like 10 minutes or so to just at least to get it all in, and then I'm usually like 5 minutes after that or something. And sometimes I've been able to, I've tried to just work through the contractions or whatever. But then there's times where, it's just, it doesn't even seem like it's a contraction. It's just, it's like a pressure thing or something. It just wants to come out.
Yeah. So I really, there isn't an issue. I think that you're probably going longer than you may think. If you're timing 5 minutes until tube pulled out, then you're most likely hitting closer to about a 15-minute or at least a 10-minute, which is pretty sufficient. I think too, and this is risky, right? But it's kind of like, I can speak from experience, and I've done a lot of enemas. I've never pooped myself before I'm ready ever. And as I was trying to learn how to hold it in a little bit longer, what ended up kind of being the thing that did it was no trick at all. Just kind of being like, all right, I've only had it in, pulled the tube out 3 minutes ago, and it feels like that pressure. I know exactly what you're talking about. It just feels like it's ready to come out. Is it going to, or is that like a contraction? So I had to make that decision of like, if it comes out, at least I'm in the tub and it'll be gross, but I need to find my edge. And what I found was that once I got over that first initial hard contraction, then the game became getting up off the pot so that it wouldn't stick in me. Because once I got over that initial big one, then it was kind of like I could sit for a while. So I don't know if that makes sense, but there's nothing too special about it. You can push your limit and see kind of what's possible if you feel like it. You don't have to, but also 5 minutes after plug is out, it's still not too bad. You're getting a lot of good anyway. How are you feeling? Are you getting good releases from them? Do they feel like?
Yeah, no, I get good releases. Yeah, I feel good. And I mean, honestly, I love the caffeine.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's no shame in that game. I think it's a nice side effect for sure,
Yeah. I mean, because stopping drinking coffee I can do that, but it's definitely something that been a big part of my life. Yeah, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Yes, Daniel, how's it going, buddy?
Hey, man. I have like a small input in that.
Yes, sir.
So when I did the coffee enemas, I usually try to boil the water till it's like 1.5 cups instead of 3 cups. So there's less liquid, but it's still concentrated. So it makes it a little bit easier to hold in for me.
So you're saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you use less water, but the same amount of coffee, make it stronger, but less volume, and that makes it easier for you.
Well, I still put 3 cups in the pot, but
Uh-huh.
it kind of boils down to 1.5 cups.
Uh-huh.
So
Gotcha.
maybe let it boil a little bit longer or
Cool.
higher heat.
Yeah. So here's some that's cool advice. Thanks. And guys, these tips, we moderate the group, so feel free to give tips. If the tips are outlandish or totally wrong or like just go against the philosophies, we'll just take them down. It's not a big deal. And we're always going to be gentle with you guys. If you're trying to help, we're very cool and happy about that. If you give the wrong advice, at least you're trying, and we'll let you know. Hey, only give advice if someone asks or whatever. But that's great. But since we're on the topic, you can experiment, like I said earlier, and with a lot of these things. I've done coffee enemas with nitro coffee, with cold brew coffee, with coffee bought at a store in a glass jug and done while on road trips. And honestly, it all feels very similar. I can't say that one feels drastically different. I've done coffee pot in a hotel with decent coffee drip and poured that and done an enema with it. And that worked. That was like a great enema. So there's none of this is law. This is an art, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's good.
Cool. Thanks for your input.